When you create an ad on Pinterest, you will notice the audience targeting option while building your promoted pin. Audience targeting helps you reach a more specific group of people and combines the info you know about your customers with the info Pinterest has about the users on their platform and the way they use Pinterest. When you use audience targeting, your promoted pins will show up in the home feed as well as the everything and popular feeds. To create an audience on Pinterest, click the Ads tab in the top nav bar, then select Audience from the drop-down menu. Once on the audience pages, click the Create Audience button in the top right. You can create a target audience based on varying Pinterest data or create it from info you supply, such as a list of customers you upload. So my favorite and most commonly used audience is visitor audiences. Visitor-based audiences are great because this is really retargeting 101. You are targeting people who aren't new to your content. They have visited a specific page on your website already. Visitor audiences should be receptive to these retargeting ads or promoted pins as they have visited your website in the past. When creating your visitor-based audience on Pinterest, you will first select the Pinterest tag installed on your website you want to build this specific visitor audience around. So for example, audiences based on specific events or pages of your website. Once you select this Pinterest tag or base code for the site you want to build an audience from, next you can add specific filters to this audience. So the filters can target or exclude specific events or URLs. Once you've created the audience size will update within 24 hours. But keep in mind, you must have at least 100 people in your audience in order to target via promoted pins. So the filters available for visitor retargeting are events and URL. Events create an audience based on one specific event tags on your website and the data associated with that event. For example, you might retarget people who've added a specific type of product to their cart but haven't checked out yet. That's a specific event. The second filter, URL, this creates an audience based on one or more pages that people have visited on your site. You can include specific URLs or a portion of the URL and retarget people who have landed on these pages, such as a checkout page, such as a thank you page, or confirmation page after an order, after a newsletter sign up. These are great audiences for retargeting. So let's create a visitor audience. So just select that visitors option. Once you click that create audience button, then click next. So let's create a visitor audience based on traffic to our website we have that Pinterest tag installed on. So here are those Pinterest tags. We're going to do site visits and then add a filter to it, because site visits is just the Pinterest tag that collects all traffic. Remember, that's the base code installed in the head, so that's collecting traffic on all pages. Yes, that's great to retarget all traffic, but I want to create a specific audience. So that requires a filter. So for this example, I want to create an audience that consists of people who have visited my client's website and triggered a specific event. So to select this event, I click Add Another Filter button, select Event, then select Checkout from the Enter in Your Value field. So besides creating event-based audiences, you can also create URL-based audiences, or a combination of the two. So with URL, you can build an audience based entirely on people who visited or didn't visit a certain page or pages of your website, such as this example. Of all the people who have visited this site, I only want the filter of people who have visited the URL, which equals coursenvy.com/Udemy. So the next type of audience, list of customers. You can create this audience by uploading your existing customer emails or their mobile ad IDs via a CSV file. Pinterest will then compare that list to people who use Pinterest, so you can either include or exclude that audience in your targeting within promoted pins. So once you create an audience, select List of Customers and click Next. Name your audience, then upload the .csv file of customer emails or mobile ad IDs. So it's just a simple formatted .csv with a list of emails or a list of mobile ad IDs. The next audience type is engagement audience. This targets people who have engaged with pins that link to your site. So for this type of audience, you will need to have confirmed your website via your account settings. Then you can target people who've previously engaged pins from your website. So to check this, just click your profile image in the top right, settings, and then scroll down to website. Here you'll have the option to either confirm your website or see, like mine, site confirmed. So let's create an audience again. Select engagement audience, then click next. Name the engaged audience for your profile's confirmed domain. Then you can add filters to your engagement audience to target or exclude people who have taken specific actions with your pins, or with specific destination URLs, or individual pin IDs. I love to build audiences around specific pin engagement. If people are engaged with a specific pin, I like to heavily retarget upsells around that pin. So for this engagement audience, I select the pin ID, and then I just copy the pin ID, which is found in the website URL of the pin itself. Then once I click create, I've created an audience of people who have been engaged with just that pin ID. Next are act-alike audiences. These help you easily reach people who are similar to existing audiences. Pinterest creates act-alike audiences using information they know about their pinners and their behaviors. Each audience needs to have 100 people before you can start using it. For example, if you upload a customer list of 150 people's emails, but the Pinterest system detects only 80 of them use Pinterest, you'll need to add more customers. So click Create Audience, then select the Act-alike Audience option and click Next. These act-alike, or what I like to call look-alike audiences, are one of my favorites as well, because it's a great way to take a small audience and grow it drastically. My favorite use is creating an act-alike audience that builds an audience based on my past visitor audience of people who have made a purchase on our website. So just select that source audience from the list, so you will have to have had created this audience already. It's a past audience you're sourcing from. All Pinterest is doing is pulling from their data to create a lookalike audience. Next, select the target size. For my clients, I get the best results from niche audiences from the 1 to 3% range, which usually equates 500,000 to 1.5 million users. This is really my best act-alike audience optimal size.